PBS.
It's here. The event you've been waiting for. It's the Memorial Day sales event at your Northwest Ford stores. Get into a best-selling Ford Focus for just $197 a month, or drive home a best-selling Ranger for only $197 a month. But you better hurry before someone else...
Sorry, Princess, we open at 7.
...beats you to it.
Dan Gardner started as an apprentice, so he knows the value of job training. Dan mastered his craft, becoming a top electrician and state representative. Now Dan's running for labor commissioner to help us attract new jobs, keep our current jobs, and help local businesses expand. Because Oregon needs good jobs with good futures, and a labor commissioner who works for employers and employees. No wonder the Oregonian strongly endorses Dan Gardner. Dan Gardner, a labor commissioner who works for Oregon.
She stood up to utility companies to lower rates for public schools, worked to create jobs, served as a legislator, and helped Governor Kitzhaber pass the Oregon Health Plan. She's Bev Stein, Democrat for governor. Now Bev Stein's common sense plan will lower prescription drug costs, improve in-home care for seniors, and protect our schools from budget cuts. Bev Stein, common sense solutions, uncommon leadership. Bev Stein for governor.
Hey, get down here fast. They got the silver one. Okay, bye.
Claim your Volkswagen. Now's the perfect time.
Helen's Messy Desk Makeover.
Tomorrow on AM Northwest.
May 20th, 2002.
They are all residents in a Florida retirement community.
I had a real difficult time coming out, and the first thing that I felt very guilty for was hurting my family. My husband.
I had been attracted to other women, and I fought it and said no, but then it haunted me.
What somebody wrote about homosexuality being an abomination 2,000 years ago does not have anything to do with my life now.
Apart from the fact that you're a woman and woman and man, in all other respects, you'd fit into any little community in the Bible Belt.
True. I think we would, yes.
Tonight, a matter of choice. Lifetimes of confusion, pain, and clarity.
From ABC News, this is Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ted Koppel.
This series, which we begin tonight, was actually produced late last summer, delayed first by the events of 9/11, then by the fighting in the Middle East. The issues we'll be raising, though, are, if anything, more timely today than they were back in August. The Roman Catholic Church here in America, buffeted by charges of priests committing pedophilia, is grappling also with the much larger and mostly unrelated question of homosexuality in the priesthood. Should a homosexual, even one who strictly observes his vows of chastity, be a priest? That's an issue we'll address at our town meeting at the end of this week. We begin, though, with the most fundamental question of all. Is homosexuality a genetic predisposition or a voluntary question of lifestyle? Hence the title of this series, A Matter of Choice, and the question mark at the end of that title. As you might expect, some gays find the question itself offensive, not just offensive, silly. Why would anybody choose, they ask, to live a life that so often makes that person the target of ridicule, contempt, and hatred? Who would opt for a lifestyle in which you're often forced to choose between isolation and deception? None of us, of course, is responsible for his own genetic makeup. You can't blame people for being blue-eyed or curly-haired or short in stature. If homosexuality falls into that category, it does change the nature of the debate. So we begin tonight by talking to a group of people who've heard the question and dealt with its implications over long and frequently painful lifetimes. Considering retirement? Well, the Palms of Minnesota on Florida's suncoast near Bradenton is just the kind of place many seniors dream of. Well manicured, well ordered, tranquil. A community filled with just the kind of folks you'd want as neighbors. Today, everyone's turned out to celebrate the birthday of the community's most senior senior.
Happy birthday, dear Charles. Everybody else.
Charles Shord, a retired church organist, has turned 80. Like Charles, his neighbors are mostly retired professionals. John Dorr is a retired Episcopal priest. Charlotte Haas taught high school. Marcus Hersberger, a General Motors executive. And that is Billy Bruce Wagner, a retired college professor with his visiting daughter. Like many seniors, most of the Palms residents were once married.
We stayed married for about 25 years. Until she died.
But the one thing that makes this group of retirees different, and you know exactly where we're going with this, is something you can't tell from their faces. You can't tell from their jobs or their houses.
I was 38 when I first had my first experience with a man.
They are all gay or lesbian. And tonight, we'll introduce you to three different groups of people, residents of and visitors to the first gay retirement community in America.
We can walk around holding hands and no one's going to look cross-eyed at us.
We can hug each other.
Charlotte Haas and Pam Wilson have been together for 10 years. They moved to the Palms from a straight retirement community.
And we were always questioned about, where's your husband and why aren't you married?
Most of these people agonized for years trying to live straight lives in marriages. Mary Lina was a nurse. Clearly there must have been some sort of realization in you then that this marriage with the man wasn't the right thing for you.
No.
Yeah?
It wasn't quite that simple. I had 2 small children. And I loved my husband, even though it wasn't a perfect marriage by any means.
Assume it was not. They fought their sexual orientation.
I had everything that was the American dream. I had a lovely home, cottage in the woods, 2 children, a good husband, he provided well, but I wasn't really happy. And I thought, well, I can make the choice. I'll just forget about this feeling I have, and it'll go away. I thought it would go away, but it didn't.
They lived lives they felt society required. Terry Cox, a former Methodist minister, was also married. When did you become aware that you were really different? I mean, different.
When I was married.
And you went off on your honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
Was it unpleasant for you?
No, it was not.
Did it feel strange or unnatural to you?
No. No, I always knew I was different, but I didn't know what to do about it.
Terry and Charles have been together for 11 years.
My life with him was much, much happier than it was when I was with my wife and children years ago.
The vast majority of people tend to look at the relationship between a man and a woman as having the ultimate intent of producing offspring, raising a family, propagating the race. In other words, we keep the human race going. And they say, don't you realize that there is something unnatural about what you're doing?
It probably is. I feel that I paid my debt to society by having children and now grandchildren. Now, most people think of 2 men or 2 women together as having nothing but sex all the time. That is the furthest thing from our mind.
These folks, like many other gays and lesbians, have had to cope with widespread beliefs that their lives are immoral. You clearly have come to terms with that over the years, but I assume it was not a brief or a simple process.
No, it wasn't. I don't feel that it's unnatural. I feel it's a very natural part of me that has been suppressed for years. There was a period of time when I concentrated intensely on not allowing myself to be attracted to women during my marriage, and I felt it was important to really be straight, quote unquote. Till one day I met a woman, it wasn't Pam at that time, but I met a woman that I was so strongly attracted to that I realized at that point, there's nothing I can do about it. This is the way I am. I have to accept it. And that was, I would say, the beginning of the end of my marriage.
I had a real difficult time coming out, and the first thing that I felt very guilty for was hurting my family, my husband. I felt like I should have never married, and I felt like I hurt my children. But when I was married, I wasn't aware. I knew something was missing.
But explain to me, is there a difference between let's say, I've been married almost 40 years, seeing a younger woman and coming home to my wife and saying, I'm just so attracted to this woman. Why is that different from what you felt? Why couldn't you suppress that feeling and say, well, tough. All right, I have this strong feeling for this woman.
Well, I did. I had been attracted to other women, and I fought it and said no. But then it haunted me. I started drinking and trying to fight it.
I firmly believe that we are born with this homosexual tendency. I think there's a fine line between homosexuality and heterosexuality. But I think the genes are much stronger in one direction or the other. And I fully believe that we have that in us from the time we're born.
When we come back, coming out and consequences.
This is ABC News Nightline, brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service.
Target your customers with direct mail, and you may actually hear your business growing. Music to your ears. Brought to you by the United States Postal Service.
It's a beautiful morning.
Ask your doctor about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck, and find out if Vioxx is right for you. Vioxx.
I am so sick of guys just staring at my teeth. I'm more than just beautiful teeth.
Get great teeth with Braun Oral B Battery Brush. Its unique 3-bristle system cleans and polishes for healthy, beautiful teeth.
Nice teeth.
Braun Oral B, better bristles, beautiful teeth.
Tomorrow, is your money safer under your mattress? Are too many corporate lies being told? Who should you trust when it comes to your money on World News Tonight?
At Burgerville, Northwest ingredients like fresh Oregon berries keep us from serving our great food anywhere but here. So we're testing ways to deliver our food to the rest of the country. Today, it's the vacuum tube. Sorry, Kansas. It looks like our real ice cream milkshakes are just too thick for the Ergo 9000. Which is too bad, because we all know things from here are just plain better than things that aren't. Burgerville, where you go when you know.
She's
going to send a message.
You ready?
Yes. To the man who wants to own her life.
I refuse to live without you.
On May 24th.
The cops can't help you. No one can. He's going to keep on coming until he kills you.
Everyone.
So how do you win?
Has a limit.
I attack. You have a right to protect your own life and the life of your offspring. Scared?
You don't have the guts.
Enough. Rated PG-13. Opens everywhere Friday.
I knew since I was probably third grade, something like that, maybe even before that. I knew I was gay. There was no ands, ifs, or buts about that.
I felt that I was the only one in the world that felt this way because there was absolutely no one I could talk to.
You never had a choice in the matter.
No. I didn't have to make a choice.
I've heard some of you say, since I was 6, 7, 8, 9.
You know, I knew before that, but I didn't know what it was. I knew it was different. I think that's the standard comment.
That difference followed Marcus Hirschberger into the Army.
I was drafted 56 to 58. I was in the service. And I messed around a little bit in the service.
It also followed Alan Sparacco into the Navy.
No. I had hints because I knew there were certain people in the Navy that I was working with in time who were gay. Because they used to try to find out, you know, and so I should say, no. My answer was always no, not yet. I knew, not yet. And I don't intend to as long as I'm in the service.
The men returned home to an America of the 1950s where suburban life was the norm. The picture-perfect life included marriage, kids, and a house. Gays and lesbians fit nowhere into that picture. If they had found out that you're gay, when did you begin working at
1955.
Back then, would that have been your job?
It's hard to say that they would have out and out fired me. They probably would have maybe pushed me aside someplace.
I didn't come out publicly, but it got around town where I lived. And I know I lost 2 jobs because of it.
Had they known, I would have been fired immediately from the churches.
Most often, the struggle was internal.
I was afraid to.
You led a pretty repressed life for
yes.
16, 17 years.
But then when I came out, they should have locked me up.
You were a wild kid again, huh?
Teenager all over again. But then I met Charles. And Charles tamed me down quite a bit. And showed me actually what gay life was supposed to be about. It was not the flamboyance, and it wasn't the, you know, dressing up in the leather and the whips and the chains, and, you know, it was about being a human being, about being normal.
So after that first sexual experience, feelings of guilt?
No. Relief, I think. Relief. I said, finally.
Coming to terms with themselves was the first step in the slow process of coming out.
But it took a long time. And I still am a little homophobic. Not here.
That's a strange thing to hear you say, when you say you're a little homophobic. What do you mean by that?
Well, in the outside world. Like when you, if I have to go to the hospital for any reason, and they say, is your, you know, where is your spouse? Or they ask you all those questions, and I say, I'm not married anymore. That's what I say. I don't say I have a partner and her name is Charlotte.
What's the most difficult thing about being gay in America today?
Having the same rights as married couples have.
Val, a computer specialist, and Judy, an IBM consultant, have been together for 26 years.
Judy and I went to our lawyer to have documents drawn up, same kinds of documents we've had, that talk about healthcare, proxies, talk about rights for survivorship. A normal straight couple in Florida, I think my lawyer said it was 2 pages long. Both of our documents were 30 and 40 pages long to protect us. I had an employee who was gay, who he and his lover lived together for several years. He died. His family stepped in, refused to allow his lover to attend the funeral, took everything out of the house, whether it was his or his partner's, and the guy was totally and completely left out. You couldn't do that to a husband and wife.
Never yield to convention. Cadillac CTS. Breakthrough.
So Ruth, how did you discover you had presbyopia?
I was on a blind date, and then the menu came, but I couldn't read it. I kept holding it farther away.
Hence the term long arm sight. Can you read this?
Prime rib.
Broiled salmon. So you didn't know about these revolutionary lenses from Verilux that let you see near, far, and everything in between?
Veal piccata. Fettuccine Alfredo.
Take a moment.
To demonstrate the powerful yet gentle cleaning action of OxyClean, Jim Furr of Opelika, Alabama, has agreed to wear a chest protector made of Berber carpet while attempting to catch these balloons filled with grape juice, delivered by all-star softball pitcher Nicole Henderson. Now, let's see what OxyClean can do. There you are. If you didn't see it with your own eyes, you probably wouldn't believe it.
It made your heart race, your skin crawl, and America cheer. That's Incredible the Reunion, ABC Tuesday, 8/7 Central.
1, 2, 3.
The best combination of power and fuel economy in its class. The most popular in its class over the last 5 years. More on the road than any car in its class. Need we say more? Or are you already on your way for 2,000 cash back or 1.9% APR financing on the sporty, fun-to-drive Grand Am SE? One drive will show you why most new car buyers who shop a Pontiac buy one. See your Oregon and Washington Pontiac dealer today.
What do you think you're doing?
Dad?
I came down here to change your life, nature boy. You know what you need? Nice cologne, a rack of poker chips, and a slow dance with Lady Luck. Now, Daddy's gonna take you to a swinging little joint I know. It's on the coast. You can collect seashells and make hippie jewelry. Really? No.
The annual gay pride parades, usually held in June across the nation, are a moment for gays and lesbians to proudly proclaim who they are. From drag queens to dykes on bikes, this is what many Americans think of when they describe homosexuals as outrageous, deviant, confrontational.
It gives the gay community a bad name. And for gays to go out in public and make a public display of that sort, to me, is rather vulgar and demeaning against the gay community.
I agree.
I agree also.
I do too. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
They are only a small part of the gay community. Very small part.
I mean, it's fine for people to express their feelings, but they don't have to go around without tops, and I think that's terrible.
You're just no conservative, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you are more representative of the gay community, or do you think that the the people at the front of the Gay Pride Parade are more representative.
Unfortunately, I think those people are representative in the straight community, because the straights always think we're all that way, and that is not the case.
I mean, apart from the fact that you're woman and woman and man, in all other respects, you'd fit into any little community in the Bible Belt, right?
I think we would, yes.
Yes.
But beyond conflicted feelings, there is also pride.
Here are people who say, I am. It's not, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. But I am here, I'm me. And I was in tears. I stood on the sidewalk and cried because I kept saying, I couldn't have done that when I was growing up. And I wanted so much to get out there and walk. Yeah, with the first 3 rows, even though I wasn't dressed for it.
Leading faith-filled lives has been very difficult since so many religious traditions condemn homosexuality.
I went through a period of time of feeling guilty because I was brought up in a religious home, and I thought there was something wrong with me, and I couldn't talk to anyone about it.
Because of what's been taught for years and years, that having sex with the same sex is bad, that it's immoral and it's sinful and it's wrong. It's a, what do they call it? An abomination.
Because a lot of people who are going to be watching this broadcast clearly come from that very conservative, traditional point of view, that men and women were created as they have been created in order to procreate. Clearly, in a woman-woman relationship, in a man-man relationship, that's not going to be possible.
That's not the primary or even the only or primary reason for a marriage.
A Yale Divinity graduate, John Doerr, is an Episcopal priest.
And it's not the first one listed either. For their mutual joy, for their comfort, and if it be God's will, for the procreation of children. It's sort of a third thing added as almost an afterthought.
But for others, religion boils down to a very personal creed.
What somebody wrote about homosexuality being an abomination 2,000 years ago does not have anything to do with my life now. It's just, they said a lot of other things were abominations. You know, there are people, heterosexuals, who break most of the 10 Commandments every day. So there's a real double standard.
And my basic message that I got was God is love. And in this world, where love is not always present, I think that anybody who loves anybody else should be honored.
I'll be back with a preview of tomorrow night's broadcast.
Take all the time you want, folks.
We'll take this one in red. Beautiful choice, sir. No, black.
Black. That's actually my favorite color.
Red. Definitely red.
When software lets you quickly give customers what they want, that's 1 degree of separation. That's business with .NET from Microsoft.
Okay, so I got the whole vacation planned. First, Disneyland. Did you find your slipper? On second thought, let's start at California Adventure.
There's more magic than ever at the Disneyland Resort. And right now, one child gets in free with each 3-day adult package.
Donald, I had you down for tomorrow. But why wait?
Call 1-877-700-DISNEY now to book your magical Disney California vacation.
When reviewing the Lexus LS430, Automobile Magazine said, no car in this class has more inviting leather, a more comfortable ride, a superior stereo, or a more logical navigation system. Perhaps this is why, for the second year in a row, Automobile Magazine has named the LS430 the best luxury car over $40,000. To its owners, it's the best luxury sedan in the world. The LS430, a Lexus of Portland.
To join our hearty, fully stuffed taco and tostada salads, we've created the Taco Time Chicken and Black Bean Fiesta Salad. And if you think the name's a mouthful, just wait till you try the salad. Taco Time's garden fresh salads are real meals. The Fiesta's piled high with real ingredients like cheddar and pepper jack cheeses, all white meat chicken, black beans, rice, corn, and more. Garden fresh salads. A real choice for healthy appetites. Taco Time. It really is.
Tomorrow, we'll take you to a Bible Belt city where a deadly hate crime against gays became a test of values and tolerance.
We told him that he was looking for a gay bar because he wanted to blow away some faggots.
It galvanized people. People who had been afraid, I think, said to themselves, now is the time for me to stand up and let people know who I am.
Tomorrow, part 2 of A Matter of Choice. That's our report for tonight. I'm Ted Koppel in Washington. For all of us here at ABC News, good night.
This has been a presentation of ABC News. More Americans get their news from ABC News than from any other source.
This Tuesday.
The kid is missing.
At 9/8 Central.
There is only so much I can take.
1 hour of Blue gives you a lot.
I'm not a kidnapper.
2 hours of Blue gives you so much more.
Did you put your hands on him? I don't know where he is.
The 2-hour NYPD Blue season finale is this Tuesday on ABC. Viewer discretion advised.
We invented the first minivan. Today, they're the best-selling, most award-winning minivans in the world. And now they're easier to get into during the National Minivan Sales Event at your Chrysler dealer. Get 7-year, 100,000-mile protection on engines and transmissions, $2,500 cash allowances, or 0% financing on select models, and make no payments for 90 days. So for great products, great protection, and great value, get to the National Minivan Sales Event today.
We're not there yet, but we're working on it.
At the OHSU Cancer Institute, remarkable, real-life breakthroughs are helping the world see a future where cancer becomes a thing of the past. OHSU, where healing, teaching, and discovery come together.
K2 cares about the community.
Hi, I'm Jim Wallen, General Manager of Courtesy Ford. Our employees are proud to assist in the efforts of the Portland Rescue Mission, sending out a light of hope to lives in need, serving meals, providing shelter and hope to those less fortunate than us.
Courtesy Ford and K2 care about the community.
This is K2, the breaking news station.
Good evening and welcome to the Politically Incorrect Countdown. This is the 25th to last show. Not much of a threat, but let me tell you who's here today. Shelley Wright is back with us. I'm glad you came. Country Music Award.